And so then the last card is similar to this action card of what to do, right? From the obstacle and what's underneath and what's above. This is the action card. Well, this last card's like our overall conclusion for the reading, right? And so it's just saying, you know, well, this is basically what's going to manifest out of the reading. And I have a Knight of Pentacles, and whenever you get these court cards, like the page that I got earlier and the Knight, not only are they symbolic of the world that they belong to, of a person that fits that, and of yourself, but they're all of that, right? So the lesson of the Knight of Pentacles is basically to still be building your career, right? Still be building the knowledge that you have to make money and to be smart, you know, with material things and to build on it. Because the Knight is one is going out and they're trying to fight for their piece of the pie, right? A king is already ruling over it, and a page is just learning the ropes, right? Well, a knight, he's already been trained, he knows what to do, he's out there now, he's fighting for it. And so a Knight of Pentacles is like somebody who's just maybe, they're trained as a realtor and they finished their schooling in it and their certifications, and now they're out there trying to build their wealth, right? Or, you know, maybe they have a store and they know how to run the store, and now they're trying to build the sales, right? And so a Knight of Pentacles is that, and it's usually a young gentleman that's an earth sign as well, who may have some ideas. And so sometimes it's a young person that shows up in your life, and then that is kind of an answer. And then there's to find that within yourself, that Knight of Pentacles within myself, how to develop that. And, you know, then of course that's connected to this Four of Pentacles and this 10 and this investing and the whole line of Pentacles, right? So they're all kind of connected to each other. And then I do two more cards, and one card is the timing card, which besides the timing of each card, it's kind of telling you the timing for this kind of whole reason of the reading, right? This whole timing. And it's an Eight of Rods. It's reversed, right? An Eight of Rods is possibly, you know, traveling for new ideas and new purposes, or maybe, you know, whatever I'm trying to do. And so in my situation, it would be like traveling to go teach, to do maybe seminars or to run a booth or something, right? But usually with the wands, it's about my purpose, which is to teach Reiki, to teach healing, to teach meditation, to teach Kung Fu, right? Qigong, that sort of thing. But when it's an Eight of Wands or rods and it's reversed, it means difficulty with traveling for the 2 months, for the 8 weeks. So even though I have plenty of ideas and lots of things I want to do, because now it's getting spring and it's warm and I'd like to do a booth and get out there and really start giving people information and maybe getting classes going and that sort of thing, it's saying, well, things are going to be put on hold for about 8 weeks. And there's kind of like a barrier to travel, okay, a barrier there. And then that's over the 2 months that kind of this whole thing's unfolding. And then we take the last card, and the last card is the advice of the higher self. And so the advice of the higher self is the Three of Wands, or Three of Rods. And that's basically saying that the information and the knowledge that I have, that I'm holding in my hand, the staff, it's like my medicine staff, can also be helped by two others that can help me. And so sometimes, you know, that can be students of mine, or they could be partners to help me with this purpose of spreading this knowledge and growing it, right? So the Three of Wands or the Three of Rods is like a type of synergy where three things come together, or three people, and it can become very big. And then that's why you have ships in the background, because it's this idea that it can become much larger than just something here. That knowledge can spread, or that purpose, right? Because the wands are a purpose or an enterprise more than they are just a material like a business, right? So anyway, that's kind of, you know, how I do a reading. And then that's kind of the normal way to read the cards, right? Now, the other way to read the cards are in the four worlds. And in the four worlds, you'll after you summarize to your client, you'll say, okay, well, the situation right now, you have a spiritual lesson of keeping things in balance in your life for your purpose, right? And you have this new message of good news that's coming in the present situation. It might be a young person that wants to learn from you, right? And, you're thinking about the investment that you made over the last 7 months, and that didn't really pay off. And then you almost feel kind of betrayed, and then that's kind of, do I want to teach still? Maybe I felt kind of betrayed. And then underneath, this idea of somebody who was kind of cruel to me that I'm still remembering, right? And then I think of the past and not having this willpower or this balance as well, and I was unbalanced. That's what kind of caused that. And then going into the future, I have a good situation financially as long as my family kind of stays together over 10 months. And that's saying, with the betrayal and those feelings, that I need to kind of let it go, because I'm not going to really help getting any kind of help with that. And my own miserliness and that is actually helpful right now, that I am surrounded by my own fears and imprisoned by my own, sacred wounds, that I need to recognize that. But I also need to, develop more of this Knight of Pentacles, or to listen to the advice of this Knight of Pentacles that's going to be appearing. And then over 8 weeks of maybe there's some problems with travel, with movement. And then this idea of myself and 2 others will really help bring things together, synergy. And I see that as myself and maybe my 2 students that have been with me. So anyway, you do a summary, right? And then you go through and you talk about each world. So you say, in the world of spirit, what's affecting you right now is a little bit in the past, this lack of willpower and balance. And then now you really need that for your purpose with the Chariot to move forward. Okay, that's in the world of spirit. In the world of absolute, which is about projects and the dissemination of knowledge to help mankind, then I've got this page, this young person, and I've got the 8 and the 3 of Wands. And so I kind of fit that together, and I say, okay, well, we have this new message, but we might have to put it on hold. But overall, in 3 weeks, we still have this synergy happening. Okay. And if you notice, I didn't end up with any cups. So right now, not much is really going on with relationships or emotions, other than, these wounds that happened to me in the past. But in a way, they're more fears, right? But there's no cups, no emotional cards going on in that world. And then in the world of material things and Pentacles, and I have, again, the 7, trying to invest, not getting a payoff, but in the near future, doing well. And then this idea of holding on to what I have, but also developing it further. Okay. And so that's kind of what we do, is you go through each suit and you talk about that as being each world, right? So the swords are Yetzirah, and they're the wounds, the mental anguish. The Pentacles are the earthy, the Asaya. They belong to Asaya. The Wands belong to Absolute, which is spiritual emanation. The Cups belong to Berea, which aren't in this reading. And then, of course, the major arcana are spiritual lessons, right? The 22 major arcana cards. So I know this video is really long. Hopefully the camera got everything. But that's basically how I do, a reading for people. And, how I read the cards, how I try to put them together. Because to me, it's like a screenplay or a little story. And the cards, they fit like, they're all kind of part of the plot, right? You have characters going on, situations going on, and it's all put into time in the present, but then, things in the present are still, you know, you're being affected by the past. And then things that are going to manifest are basically kind of based on the past and the present patterns, and then basically what's going to be the output. So it's a lot to me like math. It's like algebra. X plus Y equals Z. And so then that's basically kind of how that Celtic Cross works. And then you get that little bit of an action to take from what's blocking you, but then you get an overall, you know, what's manifesting out of this whole reading. And then that's why I do the two last cards, where I do the timing card and I do the advice of the higher self. And then that kind of helps finish the reading. So then usually your client, they're not asking for any more cards. You know, they're pretty well blown away by that. But anyway, thanks for joining me tonight, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.